What's going on, y'all? Happy Father's Day for the fathers out there that come across this video. Look, any support is appreciated, but all in all, I want you to sit back, relax, just kick your feet up, you know what I'm saying? And, just enjoy your day today, brother, man. You know what I'm saying? You earned it for sure. You know what I mean? Just keep doing you, keep grinding, keep striving. That's all I can really ask of you, man. Keep doing for you and your kids. You know what I'm saying? You and your family. That's all I can keep asking for. You know what I'm saying? That's really about it. Um, yeah. In terms of me making this video today, which by the way, I know it's been a few days. I do like to apologize for my fans that are out there that are waiting for me, just to drop videos and shit. Just my little handful of friends that I'm calling you guys. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I didn't go anywhere. I'm not giving up. I just been busy a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? It's really all it is. Also finding things to talk about, trying to reuse certain pieces of not not reuse, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's just like trying to figure out new ways to implement things into my videos and such. But today I want to talk to you about what I think is going to be confirmation of the new suit for Superman, the movie that's coming out next month. Now, as you can see, this is on Fortnite. And for those who don't know, this is on Fortnite in a certain section of the Battle Pass. Now, not the battle pass, but this is more Superman rewards. So when the movie comes out, I'm pretty sure you don't really need to do anything. You don't have to buy the battle pass. You just have to do the quests in the game. It's to essentially get Superman and whatever else pertains in these rewards. But basically, I want to show you guys this today because it's not just Fortnite Superman I'm talking about. No, 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 no. It's what's here actually. Now you see nothing, right? You see a question mark, right? You see 5 slots, but there's a big slot at the end. Now the reason why I'm showing this is because of the simple fact that I think this is the new suit that everybody's been talking about on the internet. I think that this is the new suit that he rises out of the smoke with in the one trailer. I think there's a few trailers he does that in now. My bad, but it's that one scene in these trailers where he's rising out of the smoke and it's from a far distance. And I think it's pretty much that, and I can give you a few reasons on why I believe this is the new suit. One, Fortnite would never do this if it was something else unrelated to the movie that wouldn't be a big spoiler. All right. So before, if you guys don't know, they did this with Ahsoka Tano. Real quick, Ahsoka Tano is a Padawan or somebody who trained under Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars of Star Wars. She wasn't in the movies because she was not created at that time. She was created when George Lucas and Dave Filoni created the Clone Wars. When they did her thing for the show that came out a couple years back on Disney Plus, they didn't basically have any other character in there, no, like for any sense of the measure. It was just everything Ahsoka Tano. Now, again, I could be 100% wrong. It could be a reskin of his glider, because Superman's going to get a glider. I know he flies and everything like that, but the way Fortnite works, nobody flies. Nobody is super fucking strong unless it's something Fortnite implements in the game and grabs. Okay, that's already out the way. But he's gonna get a glider, a pickaxe, a gun skin, and all of that. So that could be the other, or that could be his glider. Okay, so let's do that right now. That could be his fucking glider, and that could be his suit. Yeah, that's something I didn't really think about, but not for nothing. This is an excuse to talk about how he could be getting a new suit. So yeah, content grabbing, content farming, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, gimme. But I think it's the new suit because if it was anything, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like if it was anything else, it wouldn't have stood out like that. It wouldn't have been a nice big chunk of the section at the very end of, you know what I'm saying, of the reward section for Superman. That's just my opinion. Like I said, I could be completely wrong. It could be a glider, it could be a pickaxe, you know what I'm saying, where it's just his hands. So like he's not, holding anything, because let's face it, Superman doesn't really have weapons in any sense of the measure. When he's depowered, he'll have a weapon, but he doesn't usually keep a weapon. He doesn't have a flagship weapon like Batman with the Batarang or the grapple hook. You know what I'm saying? But the Batarang more namely. He doesn't have a go-to weapon. You see what I'm saying? He just has hands because he's strong. He flies. He has super vision, super heat vision. frost breath and all that shit, super hearing. He could see through walls that aren't lead. You know, like there's no need for him to have a weapon, right? So that could be like the pickaxe in Fortnite, where it's like again just his fists, and then like you could put that on other characters, so it's just like just their fists or his fist alone, where like you could see a little bit of the blue, and it's his white hands. Because let's face it, Superman is white. But I mean, again, so it once again, I feel like if Fortnite, if it was anything else, it wouldn't have stood out like that. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been a nice big block at the very end of the last, page of the rewards for Superman. That's why I'm talking about this right now. I only, wanted to put it out there that it could be, a glider or something like that, because once again, that's, it's not a big deal, but it's something you can use for every other character. So it's kind of like, like it could be his cape, you know what I mean, or something like that. And he does a little something different with it. Like that could be an entirely new thing with DC and Fortnite. So I wanted to put that out there as well. So, but my thing, what I think, if you're asking me what I think it is, it's the new suit. It's 100% the new suit, and I think we're in for a treat. That's why I had to put that out there. To be honest with you, um, but if it's anything else, you're more than welcome to disagree with me and shit. We can talk about it. But something else I want to talk about. Next thing I wanted to move on to the Batman Part Two. I wanted to talk about this a couple days ago on the day it came out, actually, but unfortunately, I was just a little bit too busy. So now I'm going to talk about it. Now I'm going to explain, not explain, but you know, essentially tell you guys how I feel about it and where I'm going to go with that. So as you can see right here, um, James Gunn essentially says he's waiting for the script for the Batman Part Two. He's waiting and excited for it. And this is another not exclusive interview, but another interview with Entertainment Weekly. Yours truly, or not, you know what I mean. But yeah, and like I said, for all the people out there saying, "Hey, Batman Part Two is done because James Gunn and DC Studios needs to focus on getting the new Batman with Batman Brave and the Bold and the DCU," and that's not a bad take. That's not that's understandable. But it's like you got to understand this is already established universe. These people already have contracts in place. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to sit here and say contracts for the Batman Part Two, but I mean at the same time, think about how because there were certain questions that they were asked, and there were certain ways they were answering them. You know what I mean? It's clear that they're working on something. That there's shit being thrown out there. All right, like not shit being thrown out there, but like they all know what's next. They can't talk about that, so it's obvious that there's some type of contract there. This movie is happening. This movie will be filmed, everything. It will go through the works. Now, if you think it's still not going to come out, by that only means measurement, it will not come out if this shit gets a tax write off, which I doubt it will. Warner Brothers ain't that broke no more. Sinners did well. Minecraft did okay. It's not, and they got other properties that aren't really doing that bad. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they're still in debt, but let's face it, you're not going to climb out of that big of a debt. You're going to use it to your advantage, and I think they're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Not well, but they're trying to survive. Let's be honest. They failed with The Last of Us. Some surprise season 3 still happening, but hey, fuck it. But fuck them. We're not talking about them. We're talking about this, and this is essentially what I'm saying. The script is being written. It's happening, and I feel you. You want this movie now. I understand. I feel you. I do too. But let's be real. The script's got to get finished first. And as I said in my last video, I told you, I think it's going to happen like this. This script will be done before the year is over, if not the beginning of 2026. Filming will start in 2026, and then we'll get in 2027. Early or late 2027? I think it's late. I'm pretty sure it's going to be October. It's going to give them well enough time to make sure they have everything done and dandy. That's just what it is. And you have to wait for that because you don't want shit, do you? You don't want slop, do you? You don't. Hey, hold on, wait, we're not done. You don't want the Matrix food, do you? So no, right? I didn't think so. Let them cook, please. Let them cook. It's fine. It'll be fine. All right, it'll be fine. The movie will come out. It's not that deep. It's coming. It's still happening. I don't care what they say. I don't care what any YouTuber says. Hell, I don't even care what Truth says. I love you, Truth. Nah, I love you, bro. But even on this shit, like we have different perspectives on it. You know what I'm saying? He thinks it's probably not going to happen. I think otherwise. I think no, it's still going to happen because it's it's not as controversial. It also made money, and these people are still here, willing to do the work. There's no bad blood happening. It's definitely going to happen. But he Truth does bring up a valid point. DCU is rising, and you don't want to confuse the audiences with Batman. You see what I'm saying? So like, you have to, it has to be done right. Yeah, it has to be done right because once you start confusing the audience, now it's like, all right, what's going on? What happened? Is this a multiverse? What is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, or like, because once the general audience hear multiverse, it's like, okay, wait, so are these guys going to cross over? That's what they automatically assume. And like I said, Truth's point is, I don't, I wouldn't want to do that if I was James Gunn, and that much I agree. I can agree on that, and that's why I'm friends with Truth, because even though we disagree on things, we can we can still sit down and say, I still understand that though, and I feel you on that. I still want this shit to happen. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what we both end up saying at the end of the day. He still wants the movie to happen, but the thing of the matter is that this shit might end up confusing the general audience. But I guess we'll just have to see. I mean, look, I'll be the first to tell you, and I said in my last video too. If it is canceled, I'll be the first to report on it. I am Dark Knight Bigelow after all. You see what I'm saying? So like, I'm gonna have to. But same thing if the movie comes out, we're gonna get a nice review. And if it's shit, it's shit. I'll tell you. If it's good, it's good. I there's no really debating about that. You see what I'm saying? Like we're not debating, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like there's nothing else to talk about. Like I'm not gonna sit here and play dilly dally with y'all. You know what I mean? Like that's precisely why I got on YouTube, because there's a lot of people out there that don't really get to the point. And I know I talk a little bit. I know I talk a little bit, but I still get to the point. I still tell you what it is. I don't sugarcoat shit. Not a fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you everything about everything Batman is good. Hell no. Hell fucking no, it's not. There's a lot of bad shit about fucking what happened in the 85 years of this man's creation, but you know, it, at the end of the day, this character's still standing. I mean, shit. Look at me. What the fuck? But yeah. Like I said, my overall point into this shit is that you know we're still getting some updates on this. Like this shit's not in the dark. And they realized that they went a long time without giving some updates on the Batman Part 2 and what's been going on. Like we don't even know what's going on with Matt Reeves. Not for nothing. Some of us genuinely want to know if Matt Reeves is doing all right, because we know we heard about everything that was going on. I'm pretty sure there was a little bit of a health problem in there. Like not trying to put that out there, knock on wood, but like yo, and on top of that, like marital issues and shit like that. Like, come on, man. You got to give this guy some time. Like, he's still human after all. Like, just because people are celebrities don't mean that they ain't human. You know what I'm saying? Especially some of these writers. Some of these guys are just, they just do their job and they go home. That's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Not everything's a fucking conspiracy, but you know, that's kind of what I say about it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's just we should just wait and see. It's not happening tomorrow. We're not getting it at the end of the year, at the end of next year. 2027, no, for sure. I think it's happening. I believe it's going to happen, especially if it's going to be another 2.5 hour banger. Yes, it's going to take some time, my brothers and sisters. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you have to give it. And again, if it's canceled, it's canceled. Don't worry. We still get Batman. Batman brings money in the house. That's another reason why I say, bro, they're not going to just throw this out. Batman brings money in the house. Robert Pattinson, he bring all the females into the fucking house. He bring all the bitches home. If like it or not, that's what it was. That's why they did Mickey 17 with that shit, even though that might have not have been the best movie. They did that. That's why people keep casting him in these movies, because in that sense he's a bit of a draw. You take these type of not characters but characters, these actors, and if you do it right, you'll bring everybody in. That's why the Batman succeeded the way it did. There are some people that don't like it, genuinely. You know what I mean? There's some people that, it didn't resonate. You know what I'm saying? Especially even right away. Truth was one of them. He didn't really like it. But over some time, he was like, I could fuck with it. I could see it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what it is. Like, you got to understand, there's a lot of people that grew up with so many different versions of Batman. Like, you'll run into people that genuinely grew up with Adam West Batman. Like, and if they're still here to see Robert Pattinson on the big screen, yeah, that's a big jump, dude. That is a big jump. I mean, some of the cats from like the '90s and '80s, they saw the reruns of Adam West Batman, so in a sense, they grew up with him too. But it's like, yo, even you'll run into them. They'll Some of them will look at Robert Pattinson and be like, holy shit, what is this? This is some emo shit. And in a sense, they're kind of right. Like, that's the vibe they was going for, but he wasn't outright like, like some uh you know what I'm trying to say, some whole other shit. But y'all get it. Y'all get it. Like, it wasn't full on little peep. Some of you know who that is. But and I feel like you got to take that into consideration. That's why some people just, it didn't resonate with him. Or him. They didn't resonate with them. Robert Pattinson's Batman. So, that's part of the reason why. But at the end of the day, this shit was still successful. So, you know, there's no way. In my opinion, in my point of view, there's no way they can get rid of this. You can't. You cannot. Hell no, not happening. Not motherfucking happening. Oh shit. Yeah, just no. Also, little bit of a, I guess, Easter egg. Nothing really too crazy. No spoiler for Superman. I know we're going back to Superman. My bad. I didn't mean to whiplash you like that. But that was pretty much it for the Batman Part Two news. But back to Superman in Fortnite. Listen, if you play Fortnite and you haven't played this shit yet, there's there's a shit called crypto treats, and it's so fucking cool, bro. It's so fire. You pick the fucking thing up, right? And let's say you're running across the fucking way, running across the field or some shit, and a car just starts coming at you. Throw the crypto treat down, and then you hear the Superman whistle where he's calling Crypto to help him. Crypto comes down, slams into the ground, and if it's directly on top of him, he'll put them down. But like, if they're like a little bit far away, they'll kind of just like bounce back. They'll lose a little bit of health, but like, it's pretty cool that you could call Crypto as of right now. So like, in terms of like Superman, anything, what can you do right now? That's it. In terms of Fortnite, you don't got to pay anything. Just download Fortnite, get on that shit, play Battle Royale, zero build or build whatever you do, and just keep your eyes out for the crypto treats. Um, the way it works as well, that only comes by twos, and you can't stack them, unfortunately, because I don't know why. I felt like that was a little bit of a downplay, but fuck it, it is what it is. But keep that in mind as well. They only come by two at a pack. Uh, two at a pack. Like, it's a fucking. Anyways, but yeah, there's that too. So that shit is fire. I'm not gonna lie. And crypto, of course, the dog's adorable. It's this shit's pretty funny. They knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing. I don't know if this movie's gonna make $1 billion, but I feel like this is definitely going to make an impact. That's just my opinion. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. Right now, I'm enjoying the crypto treats. Overall, what do you guys think? Do you guys you guys think it's a new suit? You guys think Batman Part Two is happening? You guys like the idea of crypto treats? I do too. So yeah, that's probably it. I'll catch y'all later. My bad in the hiatus. I love y'all motherfuckers. And if you don't love me, I'll see you on the Gotham rooftop. Any support is appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you in Gotham.